Okay, we are just got off the ship. We're in the streets of in Thailand, Taipei. Actually, I don't know if we're right in Taipei, little town outside of it where the port is. But again, another fascinating. Laura says I say fascinating too much. Another interesting place to go explore. We are at the National Palace Museum, where a lot of Chinese cultural artifacts are stored and hidden. A lot came from Beijing and ended up here for various reasons. The museum has a permanent collection of nearly 700,000 pieces of Chinese artifacts and artwork. Many of these were removed from the Palace Museum in the Forbidden City in Beijing, as well as 5 other institutions in mainland China during the ROC retreat. These collections had been transferred to several locations before finally being established in 1965 in its present location. Our first section of the museum was the jade collection. These are very priceless jade pieces of art, many of which date back 4,000 years. And if you can notice, there's some really great artwork in there. And then the second section is the pottery or the china or porcelain collection. Again, you can see great works of art, many of them thousands of years old. Our next stop was the Baoan temple, and the presiding deity at the temple is Baoan Dahi, who was an emperor. It was during his lifetime that he was known to have done medical miracles. For instance, history says he applied eye drops to the eye of a dragon and removed foreign objects from a tiger's throat. He healed an empress that no one else could heal, and in appreciation they named him and gave him the title of Imperial Inspector of Heavenly Gate and the Miracle Doctor of Compassion and Relief. There's also other deities that are worshipped here, including the Imperial God of Agriculture, Confucius, the Lord Yang Yi, the Emperor of Mysterious Dark Heaven, the Queen Registrar of Births, the Holy Mother of Heaven, and the Land God. Our guide gave us a demonstration on how you worship and talk to God when you come to this temple.
Okay, what is the function of this? This is the communication tool we use to communicate with our God and Goddess. So what we do whenever we go to a temple, I will come here and then with my 2 hands together, tell him my name, address, and date of birth. 3 personal information, name, address, date of birth, and you don't have to read out loud. You can just pray. And then you can ask them, can you ask a question? So you need the moon blocks. The moon blocks. So I will ask, can I ask a question? Then I throw this gently on the ground. If it's one side up and one side down, like this, that means yes. Yes. But if it's like this, sorry, that's a no. That's a no. So we got 1 yes, 1 no. How about the flat part? Maybe, yes. Which means that you have 1 more chance. And then you have to make your question clear and specific. Because
here are some of the temple patrons giving their offerings and also praying to the god or goddess of their choice. The artwork and architecture of this temple, like so many Buddhist and Hindu temples, is breathtakingly gorgeous. And here's, I noticed this lady that's kneeling down. was praying for a long, long time, very fervently. Not quite sure what she was praying for, but I hope she will be blessed with whatever's best for her.
Confucius in Baoan temple as well, because when you have health, then you need some wisdom. And then the one right behind the doctor is the pharmacist. So that's the one we pray for, like you have the good medicine to cure. And then you can also do your two hands and name, address, and birthday.
So this behind me is Mulan, the real Mulan. Here's a wonderful lady who was praying and then throwing the moonstones to get answers to her prayers. That gate across the street is the entrance to the temple gardens, which we're going to in just a minute. And here is some incense that are burning that are taking people's prayers up to the gods. The artwork on this temple is magnificent. It not only depicts the deity and the gods that they worship, but also the Chinese folklore and culture. So I'm just going to show a few pictures of how detailed this artwork is. We are now in the garden area of the temple. This building is called Taipei 101. It at one time was the tallest building in the world, and I think it's number 6 now. We stopped there and had some lunch. Not quite sure what it was, but it was pretty darn good. Our last stop was at the Shanghai Shek Memorial. Here we are going up the 87 steps to the top of the memorial. 87 steps because he was 87 years old when he died. When we got there, they were doing the changing of the guard. It reminded me of changing the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington, except for this takes about 5 or 6 times longer. So that's Shanghai Shek behind me. He, during the World War II, he and Mao Zedong fought the Japanese together. I don't know if they were close buddies, but they cooperated. But after the war, that's when it became a power struggle, I believe. But Chiang Shek always believed he would go back home to China. He always believed that one day the people here in Taiwan would return to China and reclaim their country. That statue is looking back to China. He is looking back to returning to China. Of course, now we know that China's threatening to come here and take it over. So it'll be interesting to see how history plays out. And apparently they've never buried him. He's in a marble vault. They said it was over by the airport. But they never buried him because someday they hope to take his body back home to China. So, interesting history. Before our ship left Taipei, we went back out onto the streets and found a night market and walked through and looked at the incredible array of seafood, pork, beef, vegetables, you name it. If you could eat it, it's here in this night market, as well as other things for sale, clothing in particular. It's a fascinating place. Let's cross over here. We're going upstream. I hope you enjoyed our visit to Taipei. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel Around the World in 274 Days. Thanks for watching.